Hi everyone, it's Nicole here from Sydney English Teacher and from the Successful English Learner by Sydney English Teacher. And I'm coming to you live on my Facebook page and over on my YouTube channel with episode number 27 of my Question of the Day series. Thank you so much for joining me, and I do hope that you enjoy the topic that we are focusing on today. Are you ready to find out what it is? Here we go. We're going to focus on learning skills, and the question that I have been asked is, how can I start thinking in English? What a great question. And this is one that I am asked quite often because many people who've been learning English for a long time can feel quite frustrated when they are unable to think in English and when they rely on their mother tongue more than they want to. So, yeah, I'm going to share with you today a few things that you can do to change the way you think and to start thinking more and more in the English language. So, how can I start thinking in English, Nicole? Well, believe it or not, it's all about exposure. It's about the amount of time that you spend surrounded by the English language. You know, the amount of time you spend speaking, listening, reading, and writing in English that leads to your ability to think in English. Because the more that you make English part of your day, the more it will become part of you. And of course, the easier it will become to use English and to think in English. So let's have a look in more detail. Number one, it's important to train yourself to think in English every single day. How can you do that? Talk to yourself in your head in the English language so that you get used to your internal voice, what you sound like in English, and so that you get used to thinking in English as well. Ask yourself questions and answer them. Set aside some time every single day to do this, even if it's only a few minutes, because this will become more and more natural for you. And with time, you will do this without even realizing it. It will come so naturally to you that you will think in English without even thinking about it. So train yourself to think in English. Make a conscious effort to spend some time every day talking in your head and answering questions in your head so that thinking in English becomes more natural and automatic. Number two, if you want to think in English, then you can't translate. There's no room for translation at all, okay? The minute you translate into or from your own language, you have closed the door to thinking in English. Any chance of thinking in English is already gone. So don't translate at all. It might be a lot harder to not translate and to try and do everything in just English, but it is possible. Okay. The same goes for the dictionary. Okay. Only use an English dictionary. so that you have no other choice. Because if you're translating um, with a dictionary in your language, that's not going to help you at all think in English, because immediately you are thinking about that word in your language and you don't want to do that. So we must think in English and not translate at all. From the very beginning, even when we use a dictionary, we don't want to close that door to the possibility of thinking in English. We want to keep that door open, and the best way to do that is by not translating. I'm sure you agree with me. Number 3, it's essential to surround yourself by the English language. You know, if you want to start thinking in English, you need to have English all around you. You know, the more you hear, the more you see, the more you speak, the more you read, and the more you write in English, the more naturally it will come to you. And your ability to think in English will almost come naturally to you without even thinking about it. You know, it will come automatically. So make English part of your everyday routine. Make it part of your day, part of your life. Don't just sit down and study English for an hour or two. Make it part of your daily activities. You know, if you go shopping, then write your shopping list in English. If you go to the cinema, then watch a movie in English. If you read a book, then read a book in English. If you're going to meet with your friends, then speak in English together. If you want to watch television, watch it in English. If you're going to read a newspaper, read it in English. If you're going to cook dinner, use a recipe in English. You know, there are so many small daily activities that you can do in English, and these will all add up, you know, and they will help you replace your own language with the English language. They will help you replace your thinking in your language with thinking in English. And that is your goal. That's what you want, isn't it? So your thinking in English will come naturally and automatically with time if you surround yourself by the English language and make sure that your daily activities include English. And the last one, an amazing way for you to start thinking in English quite quickly, to accelerate this thinking skill, is to describe everything. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're learning new words, new vocabulary, new expressions, describe the meaning in English. If you see something in front of you, describe what you see in English. If you just watched a movie or a TV show, describe it in English. Talk about what happened. If you've just read a book or an article, describe it in English. This whole description process really forces you to think on the spot and to use the English language immediately without thinking, is this right? Is this wrong? So it forces you to think on the spot and to use the language. And by doing this, you are thinking in English without even realizing it, because you have got a task to do, a task to complete, and you're focusing on that task. You're not thinking, am I thinking in English? You are thinking about completing that task. And that is the important thing. By describing and thinking on the spot and forcing yourself to use the language immediately, whether it's right or wrong, doesn't matter. But that process will very, very quickly develop your ability to think in the English language. And how exciting is that? So, a quick overview here of the key points that I want you to remember from today's episode. Number one, train yourself to think in English, okay? Set aside some time every single day to talk to yourself in English in your head. Train that internal voice to become your English voice. Number two, don't translate. Never translate. The minute you translate into your own language or from your own language, you are thinking in that language. You're closing the door to thinking in English and to having any chance to develop that skill. So, simple answer, don't translate. Number three, surround yourself by the English language. Have English all around you because the more you hear, see, speak, read, and write English, the more easily you will think in English too. And number four, description is, what should I say, the um, fast track to success. It's the key to developing that ability to think in English. If you describe absolutely everything and force yourself to do that many, many times a day, then you're thinking on the spot. You're using the English language, and without realizing it, you are thinking in English, and it will become easier and easier. So, a quick bonus tip from me, okay? Don't put pressure on yourself to think in English immediately, okay? Thinking in English and developing this skill to think in English will come naturally with daily practice and with time. You need to remember that small steps lead to big results. And you're capable of anything. So just stick with it. Just follow the tips that I've given you today. And with time, you will get there. You will get to the end result and you will be able to think confidently, naturally in the English language and replace that internal voice from of in your language to an internal voice in English. How exciting is that? If you enjoyed today's episode, um, and or you have any questions about what I've said, please get in touch. I'm more than happy to help. I'm always here to help you. And yeah, if you've got any requests for future episodes, please get in touch as well. Who knows? Your episode with your question might be just around the corner. um, if you'd love to learn a little bit more with me, then make sure that you're a member of my learning community. We've got an amazing website and blog filled with learning resources for free for you to access. My amazing online courses and learning library are just around the corner, so not long now until I can share them with you. And of course, we've got a highly interactive Facebook page and Facebook group where thousands of English learners from all around the world come together to learn and to support each other. I love it. We also have my great YouTube channel filled with hundreds of learning videos for you to access. So go and have a look there and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you found my tips helpful. If you did, share them with your family and friends. Click on the share button, and I'm sure that they will appreciate learning about this topic as well. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you for joining me, and come back again tomorrow.